Well, this was a nice surprise because this morning we got update 1.7.3, and as you can see here, we got ourselves 4 brand new SS accessories. Maybe asking yourself, we only got 3. We got the Bloody Grail, we got the Reckoning Badge, and then the Proof of Glory. How are we getting 4? The using the icy bubble had me nervous for a second. Well, what it's actually going to be is we can go and take our Proof of Glory and turn it into 2 different SS pieces of gear. And as you can see, the Battle Will here, Grand of Wrath, and then the other one's going to be the Winter Ice Soul Guard. Now, I did just kind of go and check on this to see, can we slap both of these things at the same time? It is a little bit iffy on it, and the fact that it does say only 1 piece of SS equipment with the same name can be equipped at the same time. So that kind of sounds like you could go both of these Proof of Glories, whereas the other one, it'll actually say you can't use anything else for that same type of gear. But either way, I don't think you're going to want to use both of them, and the fact that this Bloody Grail right here, which believe me, drop your rings, go and revert those things back. This is one you're going to want to have put on. Keep in mind, this will now unlock those last 2 Psychic Psionic attribute stats or slots there on it, so you can boost these things even more. But with the Demon Seed Crimson Chalice, which is going to be the Bloody Grail one, global HP plus 15%, damage increase plus 30%, on attack, inflicts vulnerable for 2 turns. When landing a crit on vulnerable targets, damage plus 60%. Now that crit 60% was the same that we had before, at least at the legendary stat on it, but then you can see from there what we used to have before was damage plus 25% for the Mythic. Now we're going to have a global HP plus 35%. The Mythic stat now is going to be on a crit against vulnerable targets, a 50% chance to deal true damage equal to 5% of the enemy's max health, capped at 20% or 20 times the hero's attack, max of 2 times per turn. Big one being though is at that Surpass skill on it. After that crit, you can now do 90% the damage. For the Reckoning Badge one, this is now going to be the Justice Emblem of Verdict, global HP plus 15%, damage reduction plus 30%, and skills deal 40% damage to targets with HP above 35%. Before, we had skills deal an extra 150% damage to targets with less than 50% health. And then we used to have the global HP of 25% at the Epic. Now we're going to have a global HP plus 35% at that legendary stat. Now with that own HP above 60%, final damage reduction plus 10% for the Mythic, and then the skill deals plus 60% damage to target with HP above 35% for the actual Surpass one. As far as the regular Reckoning Badge, the only thing that was changing with the Mythic stat on that was once the enemy got less than 70% HP. Now when it comes to the 2 Proof of Glories, the one for the Battle Will here, this might be something that those Hilo players might be going and saying, all right, we're getting a little bit of a buff on this here. Given that global HP plus 15%, damage reduction plus 30%, normal attacks have a 10% chance to deal 2 times damage. Global HP plus 35% and triggers double damage chance plus 5%. So this is looking pretty strong right here for those normal attack players. Finally, that Surpass stat, normal attacks has a 5% chance to deal 3 times damage. So I think I'm going to see a lot of people playing this one right here, but for me, not really building around normal attacks. This one's not interesting me too much at this point. But I guess before I speak too soon, might have to do some testing on these and actually see what is going to perform the best. The other version of this though is going to be the Winter Ice Soul Guard. Global HP plus 15%, damage reduction plus 30%, immune to freeze for the first 2 turns after effects ends, and ignore freeze rate plus 20%. Once again, all these things about control immunity and trying to prevent them, especially the final damage reduction, these are going to be kind of things that will really help you out in the PvP. As far as legendary, global HP plus 35%, Mythic, final damage reduction plus 10%, when frozen, the final damage reduction gets an extra 10%. And then finally, at that Surpass, after immunity to freeze ends, ignore freeze rate boost increase to 50%. So, but at the same time on this, we also got 4 new collectibles for them there. A lot of big changes on this here. Cool stuff to see. I wasn't expecting these things this early. I was kind of hoping like, hey, another martial arts tournament out there. Let me get that second ring and get that up to SS, but this is totally diverting and changing my path of what I'm going to be doing. So I myself, I think I'm probably going to be going for the frozen one on this and the Bloody Grail, as you already saw on that, but that's just my own personal preference for now. I think we'll go through and test these things all out. But with all these changes, if you want to know the best gems you should be slotting on these, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.